Our topic this week is robots. Now, unfortunately, I can't give you a robot to play with. If you have one in your house, that's wonderful and you can get it out and do some tasks, some of these tasks with it. However, we're going to be using these little wind-up toys. Now, a robot is defined as a machine that can execute with precision tasks. Now, this can do a task. Is it a machine? Well, it winds up, so that creates energy, so we're going to define it as a machine. Now, all of your little wind-up robots are in your kit. Please pull that out now and find it. And let's talk real quick about this. These are actually toys, so we have to be careful with them. They can break. So find your robot and pull it out of its package. Now, the first thing I want to tell you is don't over-wind. These are wind-up toys, and if you wind them too much, they will break. Okay? So find your wind-up toy. Now, they're all different. You may have an animal, you may have a sea creature, you may have a person. Mine happens to be a little guy riding on the back of an elephant. Now, on the side, you will find you have a wind-up knob. And this is what you will turn in order to make your robot move. So right now, I'm going to wind mine up. So I'm going to pick it up, and I'm just going to give it one wind. I'm going to set him back down, and let's see what he does. Okay, so we created some energy in that robot by giving it a wind. And by doing that, we built up potential energy in our robot, which then transferred to kinetic energy when I let it go. Now, what we're going to do first with these is we're going to see how much potential energy will get us how much kinetic energy. And by what I mean by that is we're going to use a ruler, and we're going to set it down on a flat surface. We're going to wind up our little robot, and we're going to see how far it goes. So I'm going to set this up, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Now what I did is I took a clean piece of white paper. I have it on a flat surface. I drew a start line, and I put the word start there so I know where I'm starting. And then I just took a ruler, and I laid it starting at my start line. So now, when I line my little guy up here, after I've wound him up, I can see how far he travels based on how many times I wind. So let's get a little board up here. So I've made myself a cool little chart. I'm going to set this right up here so we can look at it. And we're going to compare winds, how many times we wind, to how far it travels. So the first winds that I'm going to do is 1. I'm going to give it one turn of my winder, and we'll see how far it travels. So 1 full turn, set him down on the start line, and what happens? Okay, he went further than I thought he would, so I'm going to draw a little line right here in front of his feet. And if I look at that, it looks like he went about 3 1/4 inches. 3 1/4. So I'm going to put a 3 1/4 inches for one wind. He went further than I thought he would. All right, so now I am going to test 2 winds. So now, make sure he doesn't have any energy built up in him. I'm going to hold him so he won't take off. 1 wind, 2 winds. Remember, I don't want to overwind it, so if it feels like it's getting too hard to wind, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to set him down on his start line again and let go. Wow, he was pretty fast. Let's see, I'll put a mark there. And it looks like he traveled 9.5 inches. 9.5 inches. Is that twice as far? Let's look at that. Look at your dots. Here's my start line. Here's my dot. Here's my other one. Did he go twice as far? All right. So I want you to do that, and you can make your ruler go further and test more wines. Maybe you're going to do 3 wines and 4 wines and fill in your distance that your little robot travels. Then after you've done that, we're going to do something fun. All right, so we've tested our potential and our kinetic energy and our little robot, our little wind-up toy. Now I want you to play with him a little bit, and here's some of the fun things I want you to try. Now you can make a maze, and you could use Lego blocks or popsicle sticks to do that, or even lay out pencils in the shape of a maze and see if you can get your little wind-up toy to travel all the way through the maze on as many wines as it will hold. Something else you could test is, can you make your little wind-up toy go up a incline? So you could make a ramp with a piece of cardboard. You could use books to prop it up. I just took a piece of cardboard and cut it and made a ramp like this. And then the other thing I want you to test is, does texture, what it's riding on or what it's walking on, does that affect how far it will go or how fast it will move? So you could use things like paper towel. I have some burlap. You could use fabric. Try the carpet. Try your tile floor. Try the dirt. I have a piece of plastic canvas here. This is all bumpy. I could try that as well. I want you to do some exploring with your robots, and then when you have something you'd like to share back, write a short paragraph and post it back to your teacher in your Google Classroom. I hope you have fun with your robots this week.